We are live. Wits and Wagers, Christmas week, December 21st, 2023. A little short panel tonight. Holidays. Kurt's doing some Christmas shopping. He's going to try and chime in during the show. Carson's got some holiday plans today. But I got the two best with me. I got Joey Clams. How you doing tonight, Joe?
Yeah, my man Carson, he won a lot of money. Anybody extra where you got it? You got in Vegas playing craps. How you doing? Where's Kurt?
Kurt will be chiming in a few. And I saved the best for last. The guy who's celebrating a birthday tomorrow, so a very early birthday present to Mr. Siciliano. How you doing, Sis?
Thank you, Mr. Kirkpatrick. I'm doing good.
Ready to get some
Ready
games.
to win some money tonight, huh?
Go.
Watch out.
Go shorty.
Go who?
Go shorty.
There you go. Anyway, so we're going to be on for, we got some college, we got some NFL for you guys. But we're going to start with college because there's a lot of transfers, a lot of games, a lot of transfer portals. We're not going to pick every game, but I did some of the better games, in my opinion, this weekend up to next Thursday before we do next week's Wits and Wagers. So there's Mark Calderio, our good friend, saying, hey, guys, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Mark, and your family as well.
Kenny.
Go ahead, Joe.
I want to congratulate who's having somebody in the Bronco roundtable. They're expecting a baby or something like that.
Was it not that I'm aware of?
Because the Denver Broncos left Detroit 9 months pregnant. Just one.
Oh boy, woo! And just as you said that, Kurt said, "What's up, boys? We'll be joining to say hello in a few. Happy early birthday, sis." Woo! That was a jab. Anyway, while we get into some college, guys, we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll have a nice rest of the show to talk about the NFL, which I believe playoffs have already started. There's a lot of good games with playoff implications each week, and we got a lot of good ones. But to start the show off, we're going to start off with college football. Saturday, Armed Forces Bowl. I think it's going to be one of the better ones before the college playoff. This is the one I was actually looking forward to when we did this question a couple weeks ago. James Madison, first year in Division I, and they were going to get held out because of some stupid rule in college football. But right before the show, Sis was saying how there's so many bowls and 5 and 6 teams. Well, there wasn't enough 6 and 6 teams, so they put James Madison. They put James Madison in, and rightfully so. This team was ranked in top 25, and they're being held out of a bowl game. Disgraceful, in my opinion. They're playing Air Force, Armed Forces Bowl, great bowl. You're going to have the military. It's going to be great atmosphere. It's called Bowl for the Brave. I'll do my pick real quick. James Madison laying half, and I'm going to lay the 1.5 with James Madison because of the story. Getting in there, show that they belong in Division I, and this is a program that's going in the right direction, in my opinion. Sis.
Yeah, I'm going to go with James Madison. This is going to be a tough game, though. I think you can flip a coin, pretty much.
Absolutely. And Joey, let's get your words on this one.
College football is a bunch of hypocrites and Ponzi scheme. They didn't want them in there. Then when they needed them, they put them in. But James Madison whole coaching staff is gone. Their whole coaching staff is gone, and in fact missed the last 3 or 4 games, and he's back. Give me the Falcons here, winning the game outright. Air Force.
All right, Joey's going Falcons again. Great. 2 good stories. You got the military, Armed Forces, Air Force getting in a bowl and playing in the military bowl against James Madison, whose first year of in Division I bowl. There's our good friend Paul. Paul, good to hear from you. Glad you're doing glad you're feeling better. Paul was under the weather yesterday, so he didn't join us yesterday. He's saying, guys, have a great show. Merry Christmas and happy birthday, sis.
Thank you, Paul. Glad you're feeling better.
All right, boys, we're going to move on to the next bowl on Saturday. It's the Las Vegas Bowl, and it's featuring Pac-12 last year Pac-12 existence. We got the University of Utah Utes, and another good story, the Northwestern Wildcats, after their early problems with Bully having to get rid of Fitzgerald, their head coach. Great story, Northwestern. Joe, I'll go to you first in this one. Utah's laying 6.5.
Yeah, Utah, that coach always has them prepared, but I think this is a game. I think the Purple Cats from Chicago are going to come in there. They are pumped up for this game. This coach rallied this team all year. Give me Northwestern.
I'm with you, Joe. I think it's going to be a close game, back and forth in the low 20s, right around that over-under number, which is 41.5. I'll take this like a 23-20 type of Northwestern type win. Both teams are going to play hard, but I'll take Northwestern with you, and I'll take the outright upset. Sis.
Yo, Adrian, I'll take the Utes. Is there water in that thing? That's cool.
Sorry, guys. Next one we got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, and that is on December 26th, day after Christmas, and it features the Kansas Jayhawks, Big 12. They had some ups and downs this year, and the UNLV Running Rebels, another good story, team that wasn't supposed to do very well, got near the top of their Mountain West. Sis, I got Kansas laying 12.5 in this one.
Lay it. Kansas is tough.
He's taking Kansas. I think I got to go with Sis. When you see double digits in these bowl games, there's probably some opt-outs. I didn't do my homework on the opt-outs, so I'll take Kansas with Sis. Joe.
Yeah, I think Kansas is going to be missing a lot of players. Give me the Running Rebels here. I'll take the 12 because the way these lines have been moving before game time, you might see this game go down to 7. Or just I'll take the points in this game.
Taking the points. Our next one on here is the Military Bowl, and it features Virginia Tech Hokies, ACC, versus the AAC Tulane Green Wave, who got upset in their championship game against LSU, and we all lost on that one. Military Bowl down in our neck of the woods here, Annapolis, Maryland, about 40 minutes, half hour to 40 minutes away from us. We will not be going because of all the opt-outs. It would have been a nice atmosphere to go, but going to pass on it. But I got this one, Sis, Virginia Tech laying 10.
This is a makeup game for Tulane losing to LSU. So I'm taking Tulane with 10 points.
I'm going to go with Sis. I know the quarterback for Tulane. I think he opted out. Probably some other players on Tulane, but good team all year round. They got upset against SMU in the championship game. I think they bounced back against a middle of the pack ACC team. Take the 10 points with Tulane. Joe.
Going with the Hokies here. I wish this line was a little lower, but I'll lay the 10 here. Tulane's been a fraud the last couple of games they played, and I think that a couple of their quarterbacks are out. Virginia Tech is been on a good note lately. Give me Virginia Tech in this game and lay the points.
Joey's going Virginia Tech there. A fun one, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which is being held in Charlotte, North Carolina, features West Virginia in the Big 12 against Mac Brown's UNC North Carolina Tar Heels. What's fun about this game is the winning coach gets to get dunked in a big barrel of mayonnaise. So that's what you want to see towards the end of the game. Be funny to see Mac Brown get dunked in mayonnaise. But the spread here is West Virginia laying 6.5. I'll go first on this one. I'm laying the 6.5. We know Drake May's not playing. We know a lot of people from North Carolina aren't playing. West Virginia, better than what I thought they were going to be this year. I think they put it on North Carolina by double digits. Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Mountaineers also.
And Sis.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to take North Carolina because everybody off of them because the kid May isn't playing.
Good point. And they're both 8-4, by the way. So it should be a pretty good bowl game on the undercard, as I like to call it. Our next one, on paper, looked like it'd be a real good game. It's the Holiday Bowl. It's in San Diego. Holiday Bowl's featuring ACC runner-up Louisville versus what I like to call, and Joey just called a fraud team earlier, USC. And the fraud coach, Lincoln Riley, I wish Kurt was here to bash him a little bit, but he's not. But Louisville's laying 7.5 in this one, Joe. Which way are you headed in this one?
You know what? I don't have a lean towards here, but just for the show, give me the dog plus the 7.5.
Yeah, I don't have a play neither, but for the show, I'm going to take Louisville in this one. I think they're going to play harder than USC. And Sis.
Yep, I'm going with Louisville also.
I'm going to bring in Mr. Valenti to say hello. He's on audio. He's on his way back from Christmas shopping. Kurt, you there?
Do you guys hear me?
We got you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Couple things. First off, Sis, happy birthday tomorrow from me and Jenny Hoops.
Thank you, sir, and Jenny.
Number two, I heard Clam somewhere. We were eating dinner, and I heard him say something about the Lions, that the Broncos got left. That I don't know what it was, but I don't even know if it was PG related. But I know he said something about the Broncos with the Lions.
Broncos left Detroit 9 months pregnant.
Okay, yeah, that's all. And you're right. It was disgusting, Clams. It was disgusting. But
Kurt, you came on at the right time. We're going to let you pick this game. What we'll do is we'll pick some college games till you have to go, and then we'll let you pick your Bronco game this week. So the game we're on is Louisville USC, Kurt.
Kenny, we're just real quick. I got just like less than 5 minutes because we're literally en route by my mom to unload these bikes. So I am going to go Louisville. USC is a disaster. I'm going to take Louisville.
All right. Again, just let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll let you pick the Broncos.
Okay.
Our next bowl game we got, boys, is the Texas Bowl, which is sponsored by TaxAct. We got Texas A&M, new head coach, fired Jimbo Fisher. They got the Duke head coach now, former Duke head coach, and they're playing the Mullet Man, Oklahoma State. So a nice little local game, I would say, compared to some of these other bowls. So I think you'll have like a 50-50 fan base there. I'll go to Kurt first. The spread, Kurt, Texas A&M laying 2.5.
I'm going to take Oklahoma State. I would get a point to go 3.5, but I trust them more in this bowl game.
Sis, where are you headed on this one?
Good bet, Mr. Valenti. I'm going with the Cowboys also.
Good bet, Mr. Valenti and Mr. Siciliano. I'm going with the Cowboys as well. And Joe, are you sweeping it, or are you going to be the odd man out?
Going with the Pokes. Sweep it.
Sweep it. Put it on the book. Put it in. I'm circling it right now for the parlay.
Put them in the closet.
Put them in the bathroom.
All right. Go to Kurt next on this. Our next bowl is the Fenway Bowl up in Boston. Boston College getting a home game, Kurt. Home fans. But they got SMU, the AAC champs, coming to town. AAC champs are laying 10.5 in this one, Kurt. Where are you heading?
Yeah, I'm a fan of SMU. You know, the AAC championship game was a game they weren't expected to win. I'm a fan of them. Yes, I'm going to go SMU.
I'm with you. I'm going to lay the wood here. I think SMU is going to travel well in this game. I think they're going to a lot more to prove in this game than Boston College. I'm with you, Sis.
I think SMU wins, but not by the point spread. Too many points.
Too many points. Sis is taking BC and Joey Clams.
Park the car. Give me Boston College.
Kurt, we got two more college, and then we can get your Bronco pick real quick. And I know you got to go, so we got two more.
Okay, awesome. Perfect.
The Pinstripe Bowl, man. This is a game I would have loved to go see if this was 5 years ago before the opt-outs started. Rutgers, the local boys for you guys up there in New Jersey, Sis and I, our home turf, and my boys, Miami Hurricanes, and they're playing at Yankee Stadium. I have no interest in going to the game. What does that tell you? So we got the spread here. Miami laying 1, Kurt.
Kenny, I love this game, and I'm going to say this: like a lot of these bowls, obviously, not playoff games. When you say must win, I think this is a must win for Rutgers. I really do. You're in your area at home against a national program like Miami. On a stage to show recruits that you can win. This is a must win. It's a disappointment.
Which our good friend Albert Knopper's Denver Bronco Roundup, he was our guest last night's show, is saying good evening, everyone, and happy birthday to Mr. Siciliano.
Thank you, sir.
Checked out them guys, Dutchie, Keith, and Trevor, and Jody on Tuesday nights, and then they also do pregame and postgame shows as well, times pending, of course. Joey, where are you headed in this one?
Hey Albert, how you doing? Those Bronco people getting ready for the baby shower. You know what? Miami's got talent on that team, and they got they got kids on that field that are more talented than Rutgers. Give me the Hurricanes.
Sis.
Yeah, this time of the year. Go ahead, Joe. This time of the year in Miami with the heat, I think that's a disadvantage for Rutgers, and I'll take Miami here.
Great point by Mr. Siciliano, the birthday boy. I'm a Miami fan, diehard, always been. I'm not taking them in this game. Rutgers is one of my better bets because of that, the cold weather.
I'm shocked.
The cold weather and the opt-outs. Van Dyke opted out. Few players opted out from Miami. I think Kurt nailed it. Everybody nailed it who took Rutgers. Kurt said means more for Rutgers. It's going to be about 70-30, maybe even 80-20 Rutgers fans to Miami, in my opinion. One more college game, Kurt, and then we'll get your Bronco pick. Pop-Tarts Bowl, guys. It'll be a fun one, I think. I think Pop-Tarts will have some fun little, halftime show or something there. It has NC State from ACC facing the Big 12 Kansas State. Kansas State quarterback opted out. NC State's quarterback opted out. This is Thursday, right before our Wits and Wagers show, Kurt. Right now, Kansas State is a 2.5-point favorite.
You know why I like this bowl? This is actually one of the bowls I would eat the food. I would eat Pop-Tarts. But I would buy a point, and I would go with NC State plus the 3.5.
I'm going to take NC State for the outright win here. I think they've been playing well all year. I think they got a decent backup quarterback. I think they'll be in better shape than Kansas State here. I'll take the upset. NC State. Sis.
Same, NC State.
Joey Clams, last word on this one.
Wolfpack.
He's going Wolfpack. Kurt, let's get your Bronco pick real quick. You're up Christmas Eve evening, 8 o'clock, against the Patriots, Kurt. I got the line up to 7. Give me your thoughts on the game before we say goodbye to you tonight.
Yeah, again, this is going back, last week's over. That game, again, even though, you had to win it, you really didn't have to win it. We had to go 3-1 as long as the game that we win was all the AFC games. All the AFC games are in front of us. Listen, if we don't win these next 3 games, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm sorry. If you can't beat the Patriots at home with Zappy, and then the Chargers at home with Stitch, whatever his name is, and then at Vegas against Aiden O'Connell. If you can't beat those 3 teams, you don't deserve to be in a playoff game, a playoff atmosphere. So I love the Broncos. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be Christmas Eve there. They're wearing their snow-capped white helmets. I love this team. The defense is going to bounce back. Defense will be all over Brady Zappi. I'm going to go Broncos big. I mean big by two touchdowns. I'll go Broncos 2 touchdowns, low scoring game, and we move to next week. That's all we got to do. Get week to week and get to that last week with having a shot. So I think the Broncos take care of business.
Yeah, Albert's saying stick for the Chargers. We're going to pick our Bronco game later, Kurt. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or you guys want to say anything to Kurt and Jen while they're heading to finish their Christmas shopping and stuff?
Saturday night, big game, St. John's.
Huge game. I don't like one thing, Clams. Johnny's looked great yesterday. I know UConn got it handed to him, but hey, you know what? Patino, Hurley going into UConn. Let's go. Sis, I'll say this one more time. Sis, Sis, happy birthday again, buddy, tomorrow. Enjoy. From me and Jenny Hoops, who's driving right now. Kenny, I will talk to
Thank
you
you.
later. Clams, you and your family have a Merry Christmas. Everybody
The
else have a
audience is
Merry
also
Christmas.
saying Merry Christmas, Kurt. The audience, Albert, a couple people saying Merry Christmas to you and Jen as
I'll
well.
be on
Awesome.
back of FanDuel on the couch watching the games.
There you
There
go.
you go.
All right, guys,
Kurt,
enjoy
thanks
the
for
rest of the
chiming in.
show.
We'll chat later, Kurt. Thanks for chiming in.
You got it, guys. Enjoy.
All right, Kurt got to come in for a few minutes. That's going to conclude our college, guys. So I'm going to move straight into NFL, which starts tonight, and I think it's a good one. Our theme for this week, by the way, is ugly Christmas sweaters. So there's the ugly Christmas sweaters on the screen. But tonight's game, I think, is going to be a good one. New Orleans Saints fighting for that NFC South division, and the Rams, which have been a little sneaky surprise team in the NFC, and I think a dangerous one if they get into the playoffs. Love your thoughts on this game, and we'll start with Joe.
Yeah, the public and everybody is 85% of the tickets are on the Rams. And you see what happened Monday night when everybody's on one side. It bothers me. The trend, I like to go the other way. And you know what? This with McVay, if he gets the lead, he likes to slow it down and take the air out of the ball. So I could see the Saints maybe hanging around and getting this, maybe getting this to around a field goal. I like the Saints plus the points here.
Albert's saying he hopes the Saints win. Sis, your thoughts?
Yeah, if the Rams are going to make any noise in the playoffs, tonight's the night to start it.
I agree with Sis. 4 is a lot. Money line, if you like the Rams, in my opinion. For the show, I'm going to take the Rams for the show with the 4, but money line, in my opinion, is the way to go. I think it could be a field goal game. We're going to move on to Saturday. Saturday, we got a couple games, guys. An AFC North battle featuring the Cincinnati Bengals. All of a sudden, they're getting hot with Browning at quarterback against the struggling Steelers. And the Steelers are struggling with their quarterback situation. And right now it's Mitchell Trubisky. We'll see for how much longer. They do have Mason Rudolph on that team as well. But the spread here, Sis, I'm going to go to you first. Bengals are laying 2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Better defense.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Sis on this one as well. It's going to be a tough game. 38 is the over-under, Joe, so if you're curious. But the Steelers are home. They're on a losing streak. I think the crowd will try and everything fired up. This kid Browning's won a couple big games already on national TV. I think that comes to an end. I'm going to take the Steelers in a mild home upset. Albert's taking the Bengals. And Joe, your words on this one.
I'm just going to go with the trends. Tomlin as a home dog surface change with the Steelers, and I think the Steelers will be able to run the ball. This is a big game for the Steelers. You fired your offensive coordinator. Since you fired him, you're only averaging 14 points a game. This is a big game for the Steelers. Give me the Steelers plus 1.5 at home.
Like it. Our Saturday evening game. It's going to be all of a sudden another team fighting for playoff spot. Buffalo Bills, couple huge wins. Now they got to travel out west, but they're getting the LA Chargers. And the Chargers, we know what happened to them against the Raiders. They fired their coach after that 62-7 debacle. Staley finally got fired. I guess they had no choice but to fire him after that. Because I know, like Joey always says, they don't fire their coaches during the season, but they had no choice. And now Buffalo's traveling out there laying 12.5, Joe, with the new coach. 44 is the over-under. Which way are you headed in this one, if you had to pick it?
Right now, I don't have a play, but I'm leaning towards the Chargers. I'm probably going to bet the Chargers and get it up to 13. Buffalo just found the running game, and Allen only threw the ball 15 times last week. I think Buffalo wins, but that's a lot of points to lay on the road. New coach, Chargers are, every time there's a new coach, the team gets fired up, and they play hard for the new coach. So give me the Chargers plus the 12.5. And once it gets to 13, it's going to be a play for me.
Sis.
Yeah, Bills win, but I agree with Joe and Kenny. Too many points here. 12 and a half points. Oof.
And I'm looking at the over-under 44. I could see the Chargers scoring 17-20 here, and Buffalo being more like 28, like a 28-20, 30, 31-20 game, and you get that cover with the Chargers. So I'm on the Chargers as well. Albert's taking Bills in this one. 1 p.m., Carson's boys, the Detroit Lions, after their what do you want to call it, Joe? Their christening of the Broncos on Sunday. Now they get the Minnesota Vikings over in Minnesota. And Detroit's laying 3, Joe, in this one. Curious to see where you're going to go in this one.
You know what? Since it's inside, I'm gonna take the Lions in this game. I think the Lions can move the ball on the Vikings. As long as, because that offensive line, they'll be able to protect the quarterback, and it's inside. There's no clement weather. Give me the Lions here.
I'm with you. I'm going to take the Lions as well. Carson's boys. I think that they got their big win against the Broncos last week. I think that continues here against the Minnesota team, who does have quarterback issues. I know Mullins looked good last week, but it's still quarterback issues in my opinion. Indoors, give me the Lions. Albert's taking the Lions. And Sis, you get the final word in this game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. So
I'm going to sweep the Lions in that one, fellas. Another Christmas Eve playoff implication game. Surprising Cleveland Browns with Joey Flacco. What's that, their 4th quarterback they've had this year? And they're going up against another pleasant surprise this year, the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are home. You have 2 coaches here in consideration for Coach of the Year. Stroud, Rookie of the Year, but I heard Stroud is out. I don't know if that's still updated or if there's any new updates on that. But yesterday, I heard he was out. And we got the Browns laying 3 in this one, Joe.
Yeah, what a job by Stefanski with 4 coaches, a beat-up offensive line, and he's 9-5, and that puke face over at the Meadowlands is standing there, and you can't do anything, and it's a disgrace what's going on. But give me the Brownies here, and here, my play in this game is the over 39 in this game, because the Browns throw the ball a lot, so that they into completion to stop the clock. They run a lot of plays. I like the Browns, and I like the over in this spot.
I'm going to take the Browns too. Every time I think that they're going to lose, they prove me wrong. So I'm going to take them because of Stroud not playing, and that's been a guy I was totally wrong on with C.J. Stroud. He's having a nice rookie year for sure, but he's not playing. I'll take the Browns with the big road victory. And Sis.
Same way, Browns.
And Paul's saying, guys, if the Lions win, he's going to sing a new song for Carson's Lions. Paul likes to do those Christmas parodies, and he's going to do some for us next week because he was not on our show yesterday. But we're going to have some Russian Christmas songs from Paulie. I think he's got one for you too, Joe. So you got to tune in next week. We'll get you on and Sis as well. So we got to have you guys on when Paul does his songs next week. Our next one, guys, another playoff implication game, another surprise team, and a team that I've been waiting to fall on its face, which they haven't. And now we're in duration for the division. The Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Atlanta Falcons, who gave the Panthers their 2nd win of the season last week in a monsoon. Now quarterback change over there, but you got the you got the Falcons laying 2.5 at home. Sis.
Yeah, to me, this is an easy game. Take the Colts.
I'm with you, Sis. I know I'm going to let Joey talk in a second, but this team's been proving me wrong all year. Minshew's been a great story. The team's finding ways to win. Now they're in a division race, not just a wild card race. I'm going to take them on the road, getting the 2.5. Albert's saying Falcons win. And Joey, we're going to get your words on this.
Yeah, I mean, I got to hold my nose, but I'm on the Falcons. Last week the quarterback rolls to the left and throws with his right hand. Hey, I got to go back to Bill Walsh told Joe Montana, never roll to your left, always to your right with your hand, wherever your right arm is. The only person who could do the waggle to the left and get away with it was one man, and that was John Elway. But I like the Falcons in this spot to win at least by a touchdown. This is one of my best plays of the week, is the Falcons, and I'm holding my nose. They owe me a lot of money.
Good luck to you on that one. Speaking of AFC South, the team that's been struggling, the Jacksonville Jaguars get an travel to their in-state rivals in the other league, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who've been a nice, pleasant surprise there with Todd Bowles. In this game, the Buccaneers are getting 2, Joe. Which way are you heading in this one?
I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I see too many holes with Jacksonville. On both sides of the balls, they're not right. There's something not going on right over there. Quarterback's not right. The offensive line, they got a lot of their skill players are hurt. I like Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this spot.
Albert's going to take the Buccaneers. Sis, where are you headed in this one?
I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers also here.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. You know why? I think something's wrong with Trevor Lawrence. He did get hurt a couple weeks ago. I'm seeing some mistakes from Trevor Lawrence that I seen in his rookie year, and I think this injury has part to do with it. Tampa Bay is going to be fired up. They're going for that division when they see, especially what happens tonight is going to, it could be Tampa Bay for the division lead or Tampa Bay staying on pace with the Saints. So I'm with you guys. I think this is one of my better bets of the week in Tampa Bay. Big one, boys, on Sunday, 4:25, NFC East, Cowboys. And, of course, there's the Grinch on the Cowboys sweater. It should be Jerry Jones, but we got the Grinch on there. And they're traveling to the Miami Dolphins. Miami got back on track last week with no Tyreek Hill. We know what the Cowboys did up in Buffalo in some bad weather. In this game, sis, the Dolphins are a small 1-point favorite.
Again, warm weather, Cowboys wither. Give me Miami.
I'm with sis. I'm going to take Miami. I think the running attack is underrated in Miami. You got Mostert, 20 touchdowns. You got the rookie, Shane. I think that's going to be the difference. They see what Miami did. They see what Buffalo did to Dallas. And then when they try and stop the run, that's when you get your home run to Waddle, or not sure if Tyreek Hill's going to be back, but there's your home runs to Jalen Waddle. Albert's taking the Cowboys. And Joey, where are you heading in this one?
Yeah, Tyreek Hill practiced today. He's going to be a go for Sunday. The thing with the Cowboys is they can't play from behind. So Miami's Miami's defense is starting to come alive. I think they're a little bit underrated. And if Miami gets the lead, I think they roll in this game because the Cowboys can't play from behind and they can't run the ball, and it's on the surface. This is a grass field, and it's going to slow the Cowboys game down. And give me the fish here. I'm going with Miami. It's one of my top plays.
Nice. That's a good one. I like that. Couple more games, guys. Kurt referenced his Broncos earlier, got his pick. He picked the Broncos. He came on for a few minutes with us. But this is going to be Sunday night, Christmas Eve, and Bill Belichick's last, his farewell, I would call it, these last 3 games. Bill Belichick heading into Denver. Sis, Denver's laying 7.
Kirk called it before. If the Broncos don't win the next 3 games, they had a good year. They don't win the next 3 games. It's a shame because they won't be in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the Broncos to win this game. But Albert's out there saying Broncos. Kurt's not listening now. I'm taking the Broncos to win the game. but they are not covering this spread, guys. I'm sorry. The over-under is only 34. I see this game being in defensive battle, 17-13 type of game, Joe. So I'm going to take the Patriots with the points here. Bill Belichick's farewell tour. Jody, another member of Bronco Roundup, saying Broncos have to win. Absolutely. Joe, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, must win, have to win doesn't mean that you're going to win, you know. I got to take the Patriots with the points here. I can't see Belichick's defense, losing by 14 points, like Kurt was saying, with the Broncos offense. But I can see this game being close. Peyton's a great coach. This is going to be like a rope-a-dope. Broncos win by a field goal, but I'm taking Patriots with the points.
Yeah, and Paul saying Broncos cannot lose this game. Jody's throwing out a basketball. I don't know. Maybe it's a basketball score. 65 for the Broncos, Patriots 20. There's some good stuff out there in Colorado, Joe. I won't say what it is.
Yeah, those are those.
We got a couple more. We got to move on to Christmas now, and Christmas is an AFC West matchup. Sis. Raiders, speaking of 65, came pretty damn close to putting up 65 against the Chargers. How do they get rewarded? They got to go to Kansas City. And Kansas City, not the Kansas City that we've seen in past years, in my opinion. And Kansas City laying 10, sis.
Yeah. It might not be the Kansas City of old, but they're still Kansas City. And I'll take them over the Raiders any day of the week.
I'm going to take the 10 here. I think the Raiders, what I'm seeing, guys, is they're playing hard for Antonio Pierce. And I see them keeping this close within a touchdown. You know, Chiefs get a late touchdown, go up by 7, 8, maybe even 9 points. And I think they get the Raiders get the cover. I think the Chiefs will win this game. I would not be I would not be totally surprised if the Raiders pull off the upset. But I see the Raiders getting close. I see them covering this. So I'll take the 10 points here, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 10 points with the silver and black. The Raiders, it's a lot of points. The Chiefs, I can't lay 10 points with the Chiefs. They're not covering. They're 7-7 against the spread. I got to go with the Raiders here to keep it close. Their defense is playing respectable. I think they'll be able to run the ball on the Chiefs a little bit, and Kansas City, the receivers, nobody's in sync. Everything, different offensive coordinator now, and other guys getting hold. He doesn't have anybody he trusts, so I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
You don't trust Candavius Toney over there?
Who frying pan hands?
Yeah. All right, we got two more. Speaking of the Candavius Toney, his first team that he came on, our New York Giants. And our New York Giants, the Tommy Cutlet story, good story, local kid, came to an end. He got his first, I would say, against the Saints, who came out on all cylinders and showed up last week. How did they get rewarded after that loss? Now they got to go to the Eagles, who are struggling. And struggling's a kind word for the Eagles. But the Eagles are, my surprise, laying 13.5 this one, Joe.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to take the Giants here. I can't lay 13.5 with the Eagles. They're not right yet. They went through a bad schedule. I don't even like their game calling, their offensive game calling, what's going on. I mean, you needed a first down, you're throwing the ball up for grabs. They can't tackle. They're letting people underneath. They should have. You had this team pinned back on Monday night on the 8-yard line. You make them go 92 yards and beat you. Give me the Giants plus 13.5 here.
I'll take the 13.5 with you, Joe. I think last week, right, the Cutlets, I think they were raw. I think the Giants had salmonella poisoning last week, the way they played. But I'll take the 13.5, national TV, Christmas night. Like Paul's saying, just keep it close. Don't be embarrassed. I expect them to keep it close enough where, they'll keep it within 10, maybe 11 points. So I'll take the Giants in this one. getting to 13.5.
Yeah, it's too many points. Giants covered. Not sure if they'll win though.
Right. And we got one more, guys, and it's a good one. Monday night. Could be a preview of our Super Bowl this year. Baltimore Ravens, number 1 seed in the AFC, versus the number 1 seed in the NFC, San Francisco 49ers. And to my surprise, the 49ers are laying 5 in this one. I'll go first, and I'll get you guys' words. I think Lamar Jackson, when the Ravens are an underdog, they show up. I think the Ravens are going to pull off the upset, guys. I'm taking the Ravens here, getting 5 points. I think the Ravens are going to be your AFC representative in the Super Bowl. Joe.
You know what? I want to agree with you, but sometimes the Ravens take off quarters in these games. They could be up, and all of a sudden, they should have lost the game against the Rams. They let the Colts come in there and beat them this year. Last, they're not consistent enough, and they took a big hit with losing that running back last week. And I have this game 5, 6.5 on my side, and
Too
much.
You're back, Joe. We lost you for a second.
I think the 49ers are solid on both sides of the ball. And I see the 49ers winning this game 27-17, 27-20. I don't trust Baltimore for a full game.
Gotcha. Albert, back to the Giants game. Giants pretty upset. Thank you, Albert. Who starts at quarterback, DeVito or Taylor? You want to know. I say DeVito. It's DeVito.
Unless he's got a concussion.
Yeah, no, he cleared it. And then 3 49ers for the wins from Paul, Albert, and Jody. Joe, is Purdy overrated? Jody wants to know.
Who? I'm sorry, who?
Jody Moncrief, Denver Bronco Roundup, wants to know if Purdy is overrated. Is it more of a system that he's in?
No, Purdy's not overrated. Purdy played 4 years in college, 44 games. You know what? He's a perfect guy. It's like a puzzle. It's not like Sis said it last week. He says not one guy wins your games. It's a system. Everybody has to do their job. McCaffrey was on the other night. He says they're big on blocking when they do their running, blocking, and all that. This is a system team, and you know what? He's a perfect quarterback for the system. That's what he's rated. The guy gets the job done. As long as you got that left tackle there, 49ers, I don't see anybody in the NFC stopping him.
Well stated, Joey Clams.
Joe, we did this yesterday. I'll give it to you and Sis. Purdy's the favorite right now for MVP. Lamar's the second choice. Who wins MVP? One of those two? Somebody else? If you had to pick now with 3 weeks left. I know the odds change each week.
I got to go with Purdy.
I went with Lamar, but it's going to matter if they got to beat the 49ers this week if he wants to be considered MVP. But 2 weeks ago, he was 9-1. Now he's down to 4.5-1. Lamar.
He lost 30, so that's out the window. So I won't even go near that.
Right. And the Purdy MVP, Sis?
Yeah, that's a toss-up, the MVP, between Lamar and Purdy. My opinion, anyway. And
real quick, one more quick one, and then we'll get our best bets in. Coach of the year, if you had to pick somebody right now.
Probably be Cleveland. How do you Stefanski?
Stefanski? 10-1 right now, Joe. That's my guy. We did the odds yesterday. Campbell's the favorite. Stefanski, 10-1.
Campbell was expected. His quarterback. This guy lost 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I'm going to sprinkle some pizza money on Stefanski at 10-1 before his odds drop. Especially if they go and beat the Texans this week and another win, the odds are going to continue to drop for him as the season goes on.
The Colts coach, I throw a little something on him too.
That's a good one, too. Albert's saying McCaffrey should be MVP, Shanahan for coach, Joe.
Come on. You're loaded up with an all-star team there. I mean, he's a great coach. He's a coach of the year is somebody that, that's, he held a team together, and it's got to be the Cleveland coach. Shanahan's a great coach, and he's doing a great job. The way everything he does, he's probably top 3 coach in football. But I got to give it to the Browns coach.
What about MVP? McCaffrey have a shot?
Yeah, he has a shot. It's it's tough. He has a shot. Hey, listen, don't count out Tyreek Hill if he has a couple of last 3 games big, and that last game, if that's that could be for the division against Buffalo too.
Sis, real quick, your coach of the year, and then we'll get to a couple more comments.
Ali Sherman.
Ali Sherman for Sis. Let's do it. 1,000,000,001. Let's go. Joe, Sean Payton, he's question marking as a joke there. Jody, any thoughts on Sean Payton there, Joe?
They're homers, boy. That whole crew from the Rocky and with Kurt too, those are homers, boy.
Albert, back to Shanahan, is saying that is why he should be coach. He created this team. And Graham, and Graham on YouTube, Graham, I don't want to butcher your name, Graham Ticky, Colorado Sports Connection, producer of the Variety Hour with Dave Slade, and one of our good friends who couldn't make it tonight, saying hello. What's up, Graham? Thank you for joining us. We're just wrapping up our show. We did our picks, and we're just doing a little open agenda chat for a couple minutes here. Paul's saying, obviously it's a quarterback league, but Myles Garrett for MVP. He has led Browns. Only 2 defensive players, LT and Alan Page, have won MVP on the defensive side. Any thoughts there, Myles Garrett? Any shot?
You know what? The Browns, a couple of games, gave up a lot of points a few times. I mean, he's a great player. But, I know what he's saying about LT. LT was that was Superman. LT was Superman.
Gotcha. All right, guys, why don't we do some best bets? I'll start. I got my best bet is going to be the Buccaneers on the money line. I think the Jaguars are in trouble. I don't even think they're going to be in the playoffs. I think it's going to be the Colts or Texans in that division. My upset, if I had to take an upset, I would take let's see what we got here. I would take the Ravens Monday night. Ravens in an upset. Like Joey always says, like tonight's game, be careful with the Rams. Everybody's going to take the 49ers on Monday. Here come the Ravens as an underdog. That would be mine. Take the 5, not on the money line. Take the 5 points there. College, I don't know. College is tough. I don't really have much. Maybe Northwestern getting 6.5. Sis.
Here we go. My best bet is going to be the Dolphins at home, shellacking the Cowboys.
That's music to my ears. Jody's saying Von Miller won it, right?
Yeah, I think he did, right?
You think he might have, yeah.
He won what?
MVP?
Last year?
A couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, a few years back.
Yeah.
Not last year.
All right, Joe, let's get your best bets in.
Joey Clams.
Just want to let you know the Clams and Caution show on Saturday, 11 o'clock. We're on a big heater. We give out games every day. We're 12 for the last 12 in NFL totals. We're 14 and 15 on the year. With that, we've been on a heater with the sides in the last 7 games with the college basketball, 7-0. Give me the Miami Dolphins over 39 in the Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Those are my best
college, bets. Any college for the college fans, if you had to pick one.
Yeah, I like Air Force and I like Virginia Tech.
You heard it from Joey Clams. Albert, no Super Bowl MVP for Vaughn. J.J. Watt got Defensive Player of the Year that year. Gotcha. Thanks, guys, for that update. All right, guys, let's do some final thoughts. I'll go to Sis first.
Final thoughts. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas with your families. Don't eat too much because then you got to push yourself away from the table and try to get comfortable to watch games. So enjoy. God bless.
Absolutely. Joey Clamps, final thoughts.
Yeah, Christmas Eve at my aunt's, we get all the fish. My cousin's coming in from Arizona. Another degenerate. There's a lot of bad Christmas Eves, where people open up nothing because they gamblers. But my birthday today, happy birthday, Uncle Tom, 6. And he's a big horse player and a big, he bet football. He never won. And you know what? Listen, I want to give a little tip to people out there. You don't remember what you seen last week, because this NFL, it's a week by week league and it's all about matchups. And you got to forget what you seen last week. And everybody have a blessed Christmas and a great New Year. And we'll see. I guess I'll see you Saturday morning at 11 o'clock with the Clams and Claw show, for the Claw and Clams.
We're going to get this question before I do my final thoughts. This will be our last question of the night, it looks like, but it's a good one from Jody. Go to Sis first. What do Italians cook for Christmas dinner?
7 fishes.
And Joe, what do Italians cook for Christmas dinner?
Christmas Eve, we go with all the fish. We got fruta di mare, that's the fish salad, baked clams, mussels, scungili, the babaluchas, that's the snails, shrimps, and all that stuff. And then Christmas Day, you probably go managot, and maybe a little prime rib, a little raclette ab, or tortellini with your free. Nah, turkeys for the Monagans, the Irish.
Well, a lot of people do cook turkeys on Christmas, though. But go ahead.
And I was half Italian and I'm half Irish. So my dad would make a ham for Christmas and invite the family over, but my mom always made a pasta dish, whether it was manigot, like Joe said, or baked ziti, lasagna one year, because I didn't eat the ham. And then everybody would eat the pasta dish first and be full by the time dinner would come, and my dad would get so insulted that nobody was eating his ham that he worked hard on, because everybody filled up on the pasta. So that's what we did on Christmas dinner. Great question, Joey.
I like ham. My wife makes a good ham. Nice glaze too. She has cherries and raisins in it with the brown sugar.
Yep, nice.
So that's good.
My mother used to make the gavarillos with her thumb. Roll out the dough, cut them.
That's delicious.
Yep.
All right, so my final
Good
thoughts.
old days.
Merry Christmas to everybody in there in the audience. Thank you for your support. We always appreciate you guys every week coming on with us. Merry Christmas to you, Joe. Merry Christmas to you, Sis. We'll be spending it together, obviously. Kurt, everybody else out there, Carson, we missed you tonight. Merry Christmas to all. Paul, Merry Christmas. Thank you, everybody, for joining us every week, and we'll see everybody next week for our New Year's
Feliz Navidad.
I want to thank. Hello, Kenny.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate the Broncos Roundtable on their baby. Congratulations and good luck.
Good luck, everybody. Thank you.